What's up? How's it going? It's been a minute again. Welcome to the video. I'm out hammock camping today. I'm just going to get set up. I found my spot. I'm in a lovely little mixed woodland in Suffolk. The sun is shining and we're going to have a nice camp. So let's get into it. There you go. I'm just trying to find the little nibs and I'm slicing them off just so that it doesn't catch on any of the ribbons when I slide it through them on the tarp. Chamfer them ends up, just for a bit of bushcraft tidiness. Just the 4 beers today, but 3 brew dogs and a Vault City. I think I've had all the brew dogs to be honest, but always nice. Oh, let's crack into the first beer. This is not just a random Y piece, by the way. That's for the tarp that flips over. I'll show you tomorrow or tonight, maybe tonight, I don't know yet. But this is to rest a post, so I've got no guy lines coming off this side of the tarp. This is like my working area, so I've just got it flipped back in like gay mode. So that's just chilling there. What are we gonna go for? Let's start with the mango, man. Wow, that is well mango-y. Nice and snug in that little hidey hole tonight then. I just cut 1 straight of hazel and then 1 Y. Cut a bit off the end to make a peg, bit of cordage between the post and the peg, so the straight's just acting like a bit of a spreader bar, and then it's tensioned in the middle. Nice and quick, nice and easy. Weather's looking good for tonight as well, which is always nice. I'm tempted to just leave the tarp like that, to be honest, and then, I don't know, I've got it there as an emergency in case it does rain. Back out with the DD hammock. What's this, the bivvy one? And that's an outhouse oilskin tarp. And normally I've got my foam roll mat underneath here in this pocket, but because it's getting warm I decided not to bother this time. But by putting a foam roll mat in the pocket normally, it means I don't have to have like drip lines hanging off my rope for the hammock. The water can track down the material from the tree when it's raining, and then it can get all the bottom of your hammock wet, so if you don't have a roll mat in there you're gonna get wet. But I've not bothered today. I've just got the blanket. Oh, and I've got a bivvy bag. Got the lantern on the go. Everything's sweet. I actually fell asleep in the hammock earlier this afternoon. I got my setup squared away and then split some wood, and I was like, well, now what? I was like, well, let's just have a little lay in the hammock for a bit, and I woke up like an hour later. What else has been going on? The hammock's kind of low slung, which means I can still get into my bag, and if you want to just sit in it, you're not too high. You know, sometimes people like the hammocks really high. Sometimes I do, but yeah, I think I'm more of a fan of the low slung. My lantern's a bit knackered. The arms started to come away from the oil pot. Fire pit is good to go. Got some nice split bits of kindling that I did earlier, some chunky bits. Sun's got what, maybe 3 hours to go before sunset. It always looks nice in the evening on the moss when the sun shines through the trees and it sort of lights up certain patches. And this is what I've been waiting for, a nice good old-fashioned campfire in the woods. Just felt it, you know. Setup's looking wicked, I'm really happy with that. Nice and chilled. I've been waiting to sit by a campfire for what feels like ages now. We only had the twig box going when I was in Wales. Oh yeah, I haven't even told you yet. Last weekend I went to Wales for 3 days with my mate Chris, who recorded and wrote the intro to my channel. Long-time friend of mine. We decided over a pint down his local that we were going to go to Wales, so we went for 3 days. I went with big plans of filming like a 3-day adventure video and all that, and I was just having a really good time with Chris. I've been off work for a few weeks as well, so I kind of just wanted to get my noggin straight and that, so I didn't really pick up the camera too much. However, I did get like some random bits of B-roll, so here you go. This is what happened in Wales. Pretty boggy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to get to that rock over there so I can sit and catch the sunset. But look at this view, how epic is this? We've made it, we just got to hop the fence. I've had a few beers, I'm not going to lie to you. We've been chilling at camp for a while, and yeah, we sank a few tinnies. We had a couple of beers in the pub before we came, so I've had a couple. Little river gap, nice and easy. Got a very old dry stone wall with a little bit of a barbie fence behind it. I reckon we could go straight over. Yeah. Alright, let's pick up the path up there and then head back to camp. When your hearts are broken, not sure where to turn to. Man's got the ketchup.
There it is, baby cakes.
The mullet man!
Slap this off a little bit.
It's proper zoomed in. So I've got the big lens on.
Like a man with a perm.
Here we are in Caernarfon. The Bozzers, let's go! Right, we've heard there's a death metal band playing.
Two.
Love is a burning thing. It burns in a fiery ring. Bound by wild desire, I fell into the ring of fire.
So tell me, Chris, do you normally hang out at play parks?
A sword. I'd love to have a sword.
Ah, that rock and roll, eh?
You come see us playing Berry on the 20th?
Nah, probably not.
Yeah. Shit, anyway.
Right, just in case you didn't get it, that transition to white, that means we're not in Wales anymore. We're back on the first camp that you joined me on. If you haven't had the Palm Beach yet, it's a pina colada pale, basically, and it kind of just reminds me of being on like a foreign holiday, getting smashed on the beach, but I'm back home in the woods on holiday with an ale, but with that flavour. That's what I think of when I drink it, just a foreign beach somewhere sunny. Anyway, it's been like, I don't know, well, it feels like forever since I last did a hammock camp, and seeing Chris snoozing in his hammock when we were in that boggy woodland in Wales, that was really boggy, by the way, it was just minging. I kind of like sank into the ground overnight. I didn't get wet, I had a ground sheet down, but yeah, that kind of inspired me to bust the hammock back out, so I'm proper stoked, honestly. I feel like it's my first time hammock camping again. Yeah, I'm buzzing to sleep in that tonight. You know, I'm one of these people, I'm really lucky, I can fall asleep anywhere. Literally anywhere, like within a few minutes. Those of you that appreciate a good hammock out there, you'll understand. And yeah, you're probably right, it does appear that I am a little bit crazy, but I promise you it's just because I'm 3 beers in. That's it. 3 beers. You know, sometimes you get them evenings when you only have a couple and you're like, cool, I've had a beer, mate. You're not smashed, you just, you know, you're there. I'm sure I can smell someone's dinner cooking somewhere in the woods. It smells like I'm getting a waft of like garlic bread or some sort of Italian food. And the wind's blowing this way, but I can't see anything, but it really smells like it. Am I going nuts today? Got a nice little bowl of veg here. I've got some asparagus, some green beans, some tender stem broccoli, some onions and a corn on the cob. And then I've got a sirloin steak as well and some mixed herbs to go on the steak. Just letting this skillet heat up for a little bit. Actually, I better grab my leather glove quick. Not too shabby, eh? It's been quite a while since I've had some steak, to be honest. Saving the DDH till last, the arcade made. 8%! Ooh, didn't even realise earlier when I picked it up. Dinner was fantastic, actually. Yeah, really nice. Proper happy with that. Cheers, everyone. Right though, gang, it is getting pretty late and I am full, and you know what it's like when you get full after dinner. You get a little bit sleepy. So I'm going to finish my beer, lay in my hammock. I'm not going to put the tarp over it, I've decided. I'm just going to look up at the sky through the canopy there and fall asleep very quickly, I'd imagine. So see you in the morning. Nice and clean burning. The base is already obviously dry from last night. It didn't burn all the way through, but I used just the right amount of wood. I finished what I had and then that was it. I just piled up the last like 3 bits before bed, and there was a couple of bits left sort of half burnt for this morning to get this going again. There was no embers though. As you saw, I had to go birch bark it, but that's just because I'm burning pine and doggy fir. Because they're not hardwoods, you don't tend to, unless you've had your fire running really hot all night, you don't tend to get embers in the morning with the softwoods really. Not like you would with like beech or oak or ash or something. The constant reminder that society is never too far away. Get some water on the boil. Time for a quick brew. Stezzle to Tezzle strikes once again. What a beautiful morning for it today. I did get into my bivvy bag and then obviously had the blanket over me. It was alright, but I definitely noticed the difference not having the foam mat there. I mean, it wasn't cold enough for it to bother me, but yeah, I definitely felt a little bit of a chill blowing underneath. But yeah, all good. Nothing to report in the night really. Didn't rain. Slept well. Woke up once at about 3:30 and then straight back to sleep. No dramas. Does anyone still appreciate a good belt? Do you know, like back in the day, people would wear like one belt probably throughout their whole life, or especially working men, I guess, anyway. But I kind of realised yesterday that this is the one leather belt that I've been wearing for years now. Oh, coffee presses are just so satisfying. Don't know what it is about them. Just pushing the handle down slowly just gives me satisfaction. Satisfaction. So I was recently out on a little solo kayak camp as well on the River Lark. I started at West Row at a pub called Jude's Ferry, which is a pub I've been to countless times, but I read on the app Go Paddling, not sponsored by the way, it's just an app that I use to find places to put the boat in the water. It said on there, one of the comments was, if you buy a pint at the bar and just ask if you can launch from there, they'll let you leave the car. So that's exactly what I did. I bought a pint when I got there, and then spoke to the barman. He was like, yeah mate, no worries. So this is what happened on that camp. Again, I went out to make a video and wasn't quite feeling it, but I still got some footage, so here you go. Right, well, we've turned around because the water level was pretty shallow under that bridge and there was rocks all underneath it. So I couldn't really get up that way. The current was a bit too strong. That bank was really steep. It probably didn't look that steep on the video. Well, as you can see, my hair's a little bit wet and the tarp's set up already. I've just thrown up a quick plough configuration just because the rain started coming down. As I portaged and passed that lock, I paddled on a little bit longer, but the side of the river had that sort of wriggly bank on it and there was nowhere for me to pull the boat out. I pulled over and had a quick look at the map and there didn't look like there was going to be anywhere suitable to camp further down the river. I've paddled back through the lock and I found this pocket of woodland just at the side of the river. It was a bit of a pain to get up it, but I'm in now and it was raining quite heavy, so I just wanted to get in, throw the tarp up, get settled. I've collected a few ash branches just so I can rev the twig box up later on. I've got a bit of food to cook up, just a bit of pasta and that. So I'm here, I'm in, I'm dry. I had to slash loads of nettles down when I was here. The ground weren't the best. And there's about 5 narrow boats less than 100 metres up the river there. But with the plough set up, I've got the tarp quite low down the tree and stretched out quite long. So it's lower than the foliage behind it, so anyone in the boats can't actually see the tarp. But I think when it gets dark, there shouldn't really be any reason for anyone walking down that footpath. I mean, there's only a few boats there, and by looking at the map, there's not a lot in each direction, so we might get the odd dog walker, but that's about it. It looks like there's some farm containers over there. You can probably just about see the blue. But I haven't heard anyone and I haven't seen anyone moving around. Well, this is the woods. There's loads of poplar trees, few ash trees, few sycamore trees. It's made for a decent little spot. Got the bright blue dry bag there, which doesn't really go with the setup, but hey ho. So I've had to turn around twice to get to this spot. Obviously I tried to paddle up to Mildenhall and then that bridge with the water flowing really fast through it was just really shallow under the bridge and there was loads of rocks, so I definitely would have got beached on them. The bank next to it was quite steep, there was nowhere really for me to hook on, and dragging the boat up straight to a fence at the top, it would have been a bit of a pain. Probably doable, but I would have had to unload everything from the boat and there was just nowhere really for me to stand and get out comfortably to get everything off the boat. So I decided, you know what, it's still early in the day, let's just turn around, head back past the pub. So we've paddled down with the river, the wind behind me pushing me along a little bit, which has been quite nice, but then having to turn around later on in the day to come back. I've done the majority of the paddling back to the pub now. However, it was definitely a fight, and with the rain as well and the headwind and the current, and there was a swan chasing me as well, it was quite action-packed. But no, it took me a fair while to get back up here, and I saw this woods on the way down and I marked it in my mind just as a fallback should there be nowhere further down. I don't like keep checking the map. I like to just kind of wing it and have the adventure, and whatever's on a map you can't compute to real life without actually seeing it. Something like a copse of trees might look great on a map and then you actually get there and it's all overgrown. I'm just having my beer and chilling really, so cheers. I'd just like to give a quick shout out to Steve Baker, who I met at the first Scarborough community camp. He's made me a catty, and he's making catties like to sell now, and it's an absolute beauty. Thank you very much, Steve. I've been loving using it. It's so intricate, there's so much detail on here. Loads of pins, multi-layers of wood with some liners in there. I'm going to put his Instagram here. Go give him a follow, go check out some of his catties. He's a real good craftsman, so I look forward to seeing you next weekend, Steve. Cheers, dude. And to everyone coming next weekend to the second Scarborough community camp, I'm buzzing. I can't wait for it. I'm really looking forward to meeting you all, so I shall see you there. Fire has been completely doused with about 5 litres of water. It's stone cold now. I'm going to backfill that and then get the moss, which I've just removed and laid over there, just to blend it all back in when it's backfilled. And there you have it. I think I'm going to leave this one here. I've taken the tarp and the hammock down. I've just got the basher to go away. Fireplace is all looking good. Everything's neat and tidy. LNT, OBS. I think that's about it. I'll catch you with another camping video as soon as I can. And if the video wasn't too shit, I would appreciate the sub. The Johns.